ECNIC approves 6 projects including improvement of Sylhet-Tamabil highway into 4-lane. Public transport returns to previous fare rates from today, making passengers and operators happy. Road Transport and Bridges Minister Abdul Qadir seeks cooperation of all stakeholders in implementing previous fare structure in public transports. BNP itself barrier to democracy. It should stop patronizing militants and war criminals if BNP wants democracy, says Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Funeral of former Indian President and friend of Bangladesh Pranab Mukherjee held. Bangladesh to observe 1 day of state mourning tomorrow. And Pakistan face England in third and last T20 match in Manchester tonight. Assalamu alaikum. This is News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Center. I'm Annie Cambrine. Those were the highlights, now the details. The Executive Committee of the National Economic Council has approved 6 projects including upgradation of Sylhet-Tamabil highway into 4-lane involving an overall estimated cost about 6,629 crore taka. The approval came from a meeting of the ECNIC held with its chairperson Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair today. The Premier presided over the meeting virtually from her official Ganu Bhavan residence. Concerned ministers, state ministers and secretaries joined the meeting from the NEC conference room in the city's Shere Bangla Nagor area. Of the approved 6 projects, 2 are new, while 4 are revised projects. The project for upgradation of Sylhet-Tamabil highway into 4-lane, including a separate SMWT lane, will cost 3,586 crore taka. The project will pave the way for boosting Bangladesh's trade and commerce export and import by establishing sub-regional road connectivity with India, Bhutan, Nepal, Myanmar and China. This highway upgradation project will establish cross-border connectivity, ease communication with the land port, economic zone and export processing zone, as well as promote tourism. The other projects approved in the meeting are Matlob, Meghna, Dhanugoda, Beribad Road development and expansion, ponds and canals development throughout the country project first revised, constructing modern food silos project second revised, drainage system development of Dhaka Naranganj Demra area project second phase first revised, and extension of fish farming technology services at union level project second phase second revised. Briefing reporters after the meeting, Planning Minister M.A. Mannan said Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the meeting asked the authorities concerned to put more emphasis on creating awareness for planting trees side by side, directed the Department of Fisheries to promote production and protection of fisheries in the Haur areas. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said Bangladesh would provide 50,000 metric tons of fertilizer to Nepal, responding to a call by her counterpart KP Sharma Oli, as the landlocked country was exposed to a critical shortage of the crucial agricultural tons fertilizers from Bangladesh. He said the Bangladesh Premier agreed to provide the quantum of the fertilizer which Oli sought. The two premiers' talks lasted for 20 minutes when Sheikh Hasina also assured her counterpart of providing rail transit to Nepal. The Nepalese premier expressed gratitude to her Bangladesh counterpart in regard to the transit offer. The two leaders also put emphasis on further bolstering bilateral relations and cooperation in other sectors as well. Road Transport and Bridges Minister Abdul Qadir has said the government is working to reduce traffic congestion and manage public transport in Dhaka city and adjacent areas. He made the remarks while speaking at a coordination meeting of Dhaka Transport Coordination Authority (DTCA) held at Dhaka South City Corporation office. He joined the program through video conference from his official residence in the capital today. The Awami League General Secretary said to the party leaders that organizational activities from the centre to the grassroots level must be observed in accordance with the health guidelines as the month of mourning has ended yesterday.
যানজট নিরসন ও গণপরিবহন ব্যবস্থাপনায় কাজ করছে ডিটিসি। শুরুর দিকে এটি টিটিসিবি বা একটা বোর্ডের আওতায় পরিচালিত হতো। জনবহুল এবং ক্রমবর্ধমান ঢাকা মহানগরীর যানবাহন ব্যবস্থাপনা ডিটিসির ভূমিকা অত্যন্ত গুরুত্বপূর্ণ। শোকের মাস আগস্ট শেষ হয়েছে। আমি বাংলাদেশ আওয়ামী লীগ ও সহযোগী সংগঠন সমূহের কেন্দ্র থেকে তৃণমূল পর্যায় পর্যন্ত সাংগঠনিক কার্যক্রম স্বাস্থ্যবিধি মেনে শুরু করার আহ্বান জানাচ্ছি।
Dhaka Transport Coordination Authority Executive Director Khondukar Rakibur Rahman and other officials were present at that time. All public transport has returned to the previous fixed fare from today. As a result, passengers and related concerned have expressed satisfaction over fare. The government had increased public transport fares by 60% from June 1 due to COVID-19 situation. Public transport is starting to operate at the previously fixed fare, maintaining health guidelines, considering the overall situation and the public interests. Visiting capitals Gabtoli, Mohakhali and Saidabad bus terminal, it is found that passengers, drivers, helpers and ticket sellers are wearing masks. Bangladesh Road Transport Authority the country, including the capital. Meanwhile, Road Transport and Bridges Minister Wadul Qadir has urged all transport owners, workers and stakeholders to implement the government decision. Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said there is no democracy in BNP, so the party itself is a barrier to democracy. The minister made these comments while replying to a comment of BNP Secretary General that rejuvenation of democracy is the main challenge for BNP. Dr. Hassan Mahmood said it is now a big question that how much internal democracy BNP has. He said BNP has to come out from the way of patronizing war criminals and militants if they want to institutionalize democracy in the country.
বিএনপির আভ্যন্তরীণ গণতন্ত্র কতটুকু আছে সেটি হচ্ছে বড় প্রশ্ন এবং বিএনপির কেন্দ্রীয় কমিটির যদি আপনারা আকার দেখেন তাহলে এই কেন্দ্রীয় কমিটির বৈঠক করার জন্য তো হল ভাড়া নিতে হবে তো বিএনপির আভ্যন্তরীণ গণতন্ত্র প্রতিষ্ঠা করা অত্যন্ত গুরুত্বপূর্ণ যেই দল দলগতভাবে স্বাধীনতার বিরোধিতা করেছে সেই দল হচ্ছে বিএনপির প্রধান সহযোগী এবং যুদ্ধাপরাধী জঙ্গি গোষ্ঠীকে বিএনপি পৃষ্ঠপোষকতা দিয়ে আসছে গণতন্ত্র বাংলাদেশে আছে আর তারা যদি গণতন্ত্র প্রতিষ্ঠার কথা বলেন তাহলে তো এই পথ থেকে সরে আসতে হবে, সেটি হচ্ছে মূল বিষয়।
Later, the info as possible. Information Secretary Kamrun Nahar, editor of Daily Prothom Alo, Matiur Rahman, editor of Daily Bangladesh Protidin, Naim Nizam, editor of Daily Kalir Konto, Imdadul Haq Milon, editor of Daily Bhorer Crematorium in Delhi with full state of honor. The mortal remains of the late president was taken to the crematorium in the city for last rites in the hearse van instead of the normal gun carriage by following the COVID-19 protocol. Earlier, his body was kept at the official residence in 10 Rajaji Marg in Delhi for letting people to pay last respects by the official dignitaries. President of India Ram Nath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited his residence and paid their last respects to the former president by placing wreaths at his portrait. After the president services. Apart from the official dignitaries, an honor time was given to general public to pay homage to the late President of India and veteran politician. 7-day state mourning is being observed in the country, while one-day national mourning will be observed in Bangladesh tomorrow. Pranab Mukherjee died yesterday at the age of 84. Former Indian President Pranab Mukherjee played a vital role to take the warm relationship between Bangladesh and India to a new height. Experts have come up with the assessment while talking to the BTV following his demise. Nations alongside diplomatic ties. The experts said that Pranab Mukherjee also played vital roles in upholding the history, image and statesmanship of father of the nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman to India and the world. All irrespective of political affiliation, and experts said Bangladesh and Bengalis are grateful and indebted to former Indian President Pranab Mukherjee. The government of Bangladesh and its people are saddened with the death of this towering personality. Social media in Bangladesh has been flooded with tributes and love of people in remembrance of their beloved. The dead body of Liberation War hero, retired Major General Sia Datta, was cremated at Rajarbagh Barodeshwari Cemetery under Shobujbagh Thana in the capital, where last tributes were paid to Sia Datta on behalf of President Mohammad Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The administration offered guard of honor to the freedom fighter, while army fired gun salutes prior to Sia Datta's last ride. Under Sia Datta Biruttam. Awami League Joint General Secretary Mahbubul Alam Hanif with other central leaders placed wreaths at the dead body of late Major General retired Sia Datta. Bangladesh irreparable loss and said that he fought for his whole life to build Bangladesh as the non-communal country. Besides, leaders of Bangladesh Puja Udjapon Porishod, while placing wreaths at the dead body, said late C.R. Datta will be ever remembered for his contribution in the Liberation War. "35 more COVID-19 patients died today in the country, increasing the death toll from the pandemic to 4,316. The recovery count rose to 208,177 after the 3,290 patients were recovered during the period. A press release of the Directorate General of the Health Services said this today. It said the tally of the infections has surged to 3,14,946 as 1,950 new cases were confirmed. While 1,80,12,000 people have recovered so far. The U.S., the current epicenter of the pandemic, has now 62,14,000 confirmed cases and 1,87,839 deaths. In Brazil, the total death toll in COVID-19 is over 1,21,000, while over 39,10,000 people are infected. India, which is in the third spot in the list of nations worst hit by coronavirus, has now over 37,33,000 cases and 65,922 deaths. Now news on sports. Pakistan will face host England in the third and last T20 of the three-match series in Manchester tonight. The match will start at 11 p.m. Bangladesh Standard Time. Earlier, the first match between the two teams were postponed due to rain. In the second T20 match, England beat Pakistan by 5 wickets and are leading the series by 1-0. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Ethnic approves 6 projects including improvement of Sylhet-Tamabil highway into 4-lane. Public transport returns to previous fare rates from today, making passengers and operators happy. Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obadul Qadir seeks cooperation of all stakeholders in implementing previous fare structure in public transports. BNP itself barrier to democracy. It should stop patronizing militants and war criminals if BNP wants democracy, says Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Funeral of former Indian President and friend of Bangladesh Pranab Mukherjee held. Bangladesh to observe 1 day of state mourning tomorrow. And Pakistan face England in third and last T20 match in Manchester tonight. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you